Our first vocab word for this unit is going to be compromise. We have had the word compromise in the past. In case you can't see that, I'm going to write it again in red. Compromise means to agree by giving up something to end an argument. So a compromise means to agree by giving up something to end an argument. Sometimes you might not even be in an argument, but you need to come to a middle ground. You need to come to an agreement in order to feel like each side got a fair deal. So let's do our examples of compromise first. So compromise. So oftentimes teenagers and parents compromise on a curfew. A curfew is the time that you are supposed to be home in the evening. So you might say, come on, I think midnight is a good time. And your parents are like, oh no, you better be home by 10 o'clock. And maybe you compromise on the time 11 o'clock because you gave an hour, they gave an hour. And a curfew is a good example of when people compromise. This isn't necessarily an example of a compromise, but I think it's another word that are words that describe compromise, and it's meeting in the middle. Meet in the middle. When you meet in the middle, that is a part of compromising. You give some, they give some, and you come to a middle agreement. So then you have the word curfew here. And if you go to thesaurus.com, not curfew, sorry, compromise here. And if you go to thesaurus.com, there are actually 2 tabs for compromise, and either one of them work. There's 3, but 2 of them work. The agreement, give and take, or the verb, give and take. I am going to choose the word deal. When you come to a compromise, usually it's a deal, and you meet in the middle. So let's go ahead and use the word compromise in a sentence. I compromised with my parents to come home at 11 o'clock. I compromised with my parents to come home, and you know what? I'm going to expand that sentence. From my friend's house at 11 o'clock. I compromised with my parents to come home from my friend's house at 11 o'clock. So again, compromise means to agree by giving up something to end an argument. And sometimes you don't have to meet in the middle. Sometimes you just get to go or do what you want to do just by saying, okay, I agree with my parents. Because sometimes they'll say, well, if you don't agree to my terms, then you don't get to go. And so the compromise is, okay, I agree to your terms and I get to go. So that's a compromise. Our next vocab word is soldier. Soldier. I'm going to make that red again, sorry. The definition of soldier is a person who serves in the, and on your packet it says Army, but I'm gonna put military because there are many different branches to the military, not just the Army. So a person who serves in the military is a soldier. The examples that I'm going to use for soldier are, I'm just gonna give one name of a military section, and that's going to be Army. You can put Marines or Navy. You can put Coast Guard or even the National Guard. Those are all examples of soldiers. Another term that I would like to use that you've probably heard before is enlisted. If a person is enlisted in the military, they are a soldier. That means they are signed up to be a part of the military, which then makes them a soldier. For our synonyms for soldier, we have many different words for that. We have fighter, guard, pilot, paratrooper, veteran, mercenary, marine, officer. I'm going to go ahead and use the word officer. But those are all good words. So the sentence that I am going to use is, I'm not sure how to erase that M, so sorry, you're going to have a double M here. My friend's dad is a Navy soldier in Japan. My friend's dad is a Navy soldier in Japan.